The last one, exercise. This is number 3. I just want to share one thing with exercise, and this is one thing that I do consistently and have done for the last 3.5 years, which has kept me in good shape, and I am in good shape. I want you to know that I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning. I did 2 hours of priming, getting ready for my day, 2 hours of mindset work, and also physical work. So I went out and exercised. I actually did, 4 sets of 12 wide grip chin-ups. I did 4 lots of 30 dips. I did 4 lots of 20 handstand push-ups. So I do a handstand against a tree, do 20 push-ups from the ground. So I did that just this morning. And then also I did mindset work. So that was this morning. In the last 3.5 years, 3 times a week, I've done this consistently. I've done it religiously. Exercising at least 25 times a month. Okay, and one of the exercise techniques that I use is interval training. And I want to tell you briefly about that, interval training. Remember we drew the cell before and I talked about that 36 units of energy? One of the main substances contained in the mitochondria of the cell that is the powerhouse of energy is a substance called ATP. Who's heard of ATP before?
Adenosine triphosphate.
Adenosine triphosphate, thank you. So adenosine triphosphate is the energy storage of the cell. So that's the ready energy, ready for our body to use immediately. So when you do something, jump, get excited, whatever, ATP, this is the energy that's being used. Okay, now what happens is when you do interval training, what you're effectively doing is depleting your ATP. Well, why would you want to do that?
Use up.
The reason you want to use it up, it's like a battery. If you drain a battery right down low, then you can get a full charge out of the battery. Is that true? But if you only use a partial, and they've taught us like this with our phones, it's good to have a full recharge every now and then. A full recharge of a battery will prolong the battery life. Now the beauty of ATP in our body is your ATP can actually increase. It doesn't just go to where it was, it can actually increase. So whatever energy level, whatever exercise you can do now, if you increase this, your ATP, you can do more the next day, you can do more the next week. We all know that. Okay? You get fit over time, you get healthy, and you're able to expend more energy. So someone, say, who's an athlete would have very high levels of ATP. Now I'll tell you, the quickest way that we can increase our ATP is this. Interval training. So what we do is we do 4 sprints, each of them lasting about 30 seconds. 30 seconds. We imagine that there's a pack of wolves changing us. Okay, we're using pain, the pain response, the shock response in our body to get our body to move. Okay, the sympathetic part of the nervous system is fight flight. Okay, if we can get ourselves to be worried that there's a bear chasing us, it's got big jaws, it's about to rip us apart, that'll get us moving. Okay, we can also think about pleasure and say, well, if I get this, if I run for 30 seconds, greatest rewards will be mine. I will get that treasure on that island, whatever it is. Okay, I'll have the relationship I want. I'll have the body that I want. I'll be rich and famous. I'll be whatever drives you, whatever motivates you. So you see the pleasure on the other end. So you got pain behind, pleasure there. You run up that hill and it's running. It's pumping everything, arms, legs, everything, as fast and as hard as you can for 30 seconds straight. You may not start with 30 seconds. You may start with 10 seconds. Depending on where you are and who you are. But if you do 30 seconds, do 30 seconds. You do that 4 times. This has been found to be the fastest way to build ATP in the body. But you've got to use your whole body. You're pumping your arms, you're pumping your legs, so everything is moving. The experiment that they did, 4 times
a day
with a 3 to 4 minute rest.
Okay.
You don't have to have a 30-second rest. You can have 3 or 4 minutes. Because what you want to do is bring your heart rate right down and then shoot it up again. Because what that's going to do is call on all of your ATP and it's going to deplete it. After the 4th sprint, you're going to find you're at an all-time low, you're feeling tired, you're feeling heavy. You then go and build more. And our muscles expand on demand, and so does our health. When we demand more from our body, our health provides more. Okay, and so this ATP can actually increase. And the experiment they did was they took a woman who was a non-exerciser and they put her through a course for, I think it was 6 weeks or 3 months, and her ATP levels just increased dramatically. Dramatically. She wasn't an athlete because it was only 6 minutes of exercise a week, but that's all the exercise she did. 6 minutes. She did 30 seconds, stop. 30 seconds, stop. 30 seconds, stop. 30 seconds. That's 1 day.
Right.
2 days later, she did it again. 2 days later, she did it again. That's it for the week. She trained 6 minutes a week, and her ATP level and her health went up really dramatically, maybe to there or something. Not athlete level, but very dramatically, just from that short amount of working out. Isn't that amazing? So that's why I do interval training, because I want my energy to be there when I need it.